Every camera you walk past that is integrated with AI systems increasingly can decode mental states.
There's some really interesting research that we can plant false memories in the brain. People believing that they've been at Disney World with characters who are not Disney characters, taking photographs with those characters.
Those products are hitting the market this year. What they will be capable of doing is very high-level brain state reading. Things like, are you tired? Are you paying attention? Is your mind wandering? Are you happy or sad?
One of the emerging areas that's really interesting in law neuroscience is pain detection. And once we understand the circuitries that cause pain, I guess the question is, could we then instill pain and use that in many coercive measures in the legal system as well?
We can pick up and decode faces that you're seeing in your mind. Simple shapes, numbers, your PIN number to your bank account.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 73 and verse 8. And it reads, it says, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. All right, Shalom. I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. These are the crafty devices of the wicked. Esau's blessing the sword, okay? And his capabilities through this AI technology, this witchcraft, right? So are you ready for the spiritual war? Okay, because it's here. Ephesians 6 and 10, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, okay, which we just saw. Okay, this beast technology, okay, decode your mind, instill pain, brain reading, false memories, cameras, all right, they'll be able to be God. Okay, so how much more, again, through that MOTB, right? Verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, all right? That's the wicked banking elite, the Edomites, okay? They represent the rulers of the darkness of this world. It says against the rulers of the darkness of this world, and it says against spiritual wickedness in high places. So that's them. And this is what they're rolling out. More components of this beast system, right? Now, who is this woman? Because this caught my attention earlier. This is from Geopolitics Watch. And her name is Nita Farhani. It says is a far less famous World Economic Forum speaker than Klaus Schwab or Yuval Noah Harari. But the topics she discusses go much further than depopulation or the green agenda. She asserts that AI integrated cameras can already recognize human emotions. Furthermore, she explains that with wearable head devices, right? She explains that with wearable head devices, it will be possible to read our brain activity directly. You see? The prelude to the chip. Okay? This is the capability that he will have. Okay? This is what he'll be able to do through left-hand means. It would be possible to read our brain activity directly. This technology, she claims, could, quote, pick up and decode the faces you're seeing in your mind. All right? That's like God-like level. To be able to tap into your brain, your mind, and see what you see. Right? Simple shapes, numbers, or even your bank account PIN. It could also allow employers or authorities to determine what a person is focusing on, programming, writing documentation, or quote unrelated tasks like scrolling social media. Right? 2 Thessalonians 2:9. Even him, who's him, the Edomite, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, right? So they're claiming that they're already doing this now through the AI technology that they already have set up. Okay, so how much more when they biohack you through that chip. Okay? See, the warnings are being, put out there, man. It's that serious. This is why we go into this topic concerning the beast, the chip, the system that's coming to pass, which they're rolling out right before our eyes, the AI, everything, man. Okay? It's all tied to that. And this is the right here. I saw this one earlier. This is kind of like the end game right here. All right? Let's play this and we'll grab more scriptures. So it says, brain-computer interfaces will decapitate our connection to the Most High and end our free will. Check this out.
Recently, I was asked to be the chief advisor on a committee related to the brain-computer interface and its relation to the international standards for technology. That basically is they're a group of countries all over the world, and they all have committees that represent their country. Those committees determine what the standards are going to be for technology when it's commercialized and goes all over the world. Like, for instance, a phone or a toaster or whatever, it's got to meet certain safety standards and all this type of stuff. These committees are determining public policy about what's going to happen when you interface the brain, the computer, AI, and quantum. That's going to end everything. Period. It's the end. It's the initiation of the decapitation of our relationship to God. Will become cybernetic. Will become, instead of carbon, will be silicon-based life forms, cybernetics, and they're going to do this via voluntary compliance.
Yeah, real quick. Hey, this is the evil man, okay? And I want to go into this on the chat, but let me read it first here. This is Psalm 140. In 7, it says, O power of the Lord, the strength of my salvation, thou hast covered my head in the day of battle. So like I said, are you ready for this spiritual war? Okay, it's here. There's no ducking and dodging it. There's no trying to get around it. All right, you Jakes got to deal with this prophecy, man. Okay, the AI, the technocracy, the beast system, all right, the MOTB. This is all here. Thou hast covered my head in the day of battle. Grant not, O Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the desires of the wicked. Further not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves, Salah, right? So again, through this very technology that we see is how Esau is going to exalt himself as God, man. Right? And I want to talk about that a little bit more, but let me finish this off. It says, verse 9, as for the head of those that can pass me about, let the mischief of their own lips cover them. Let burning coals fall upon them. Let them be cast into the fire, into deep pits, that they rise not up again. Okay, because as I always talk about, we're at the peak of his power, his technology, and this is how you know that the end is near. And the Lord's getting ready to rain those missiles down. Nuclear war is right here. All right, and this is how the Most High is going to take down this man's hegemony through nuclear destruction. Let not an evil speaker be established in the earth. Evil shall hunt the violent man to overthrow him. Exactly. I know that the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, will maintain the cause of the afflicted, all right, his elect, his remnant, in the right of the poor. Surely the righteous shall give thanks unto thy name. The upright shall dwell in thy presence, right? So I want to just go into this real quick because I always bring out the scripture here in Psalms 140 and 8. All right, grant not the desires of the wicked. And we'll go back to that video. But it says Psalm 140 is a prayer of David asking Yahweh Shem Yahushua to protect him from violent men, workers of mischief, and those who plot against the righteous. All right, verses 1 through 5. The thread, evil men are setting traps, planning violence, sharpening their tongues like serpents, as we saw in the first video, dealing with the this brain architect from DARPA, I believe, right? You know, all the capabilities that they can do. You know, they can, like she said, they can instill pain to get you to do what they want you to do. You know, next level wicked. Brain reading false memories. All right, constant surveillance. Okay. It says 2 verses 6 to 8, David's direct plea to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Here David moves from describing the wicked to actively asking the Most High to stop their plans. Right? This is why they're rolling them out. We're in the final phase of them pushing this this NWO. in this beast system. Okay? Verses 9 through 13, judgment on the wicked and confidence in divine justice. Verse 8 falls in the middle of the plea section. Psalms 140 and 8, right? Breakdown, grant now the Lord the desires of the wicked. The desires here are not neutral cravings. They are violent ambitions, right? The wicked are seeking to carry out harm, not merely having inner thoughts. David prays to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, prays that Yahweh Shem Yahushai will block their intentions before they become action. All right. It says further, not his wicked device. Device equal plan, scheme, strategy. The Hebrew idea do not allow their plots to progress to the next stage. And this is what this is the mindset that they have. They think they're getting ready to to fulfill this thing. They're actually going to rule over humanity via this technology forever. David is acknowledging that only the Most High can stop the chain reaction of evil, right? Lest they exalt themselves, if their plans succeed, the wicked would take credit, boast in their power as gods, strengthen themselves in wickedness, rise in arrogance against the righteous. This is a major theme in Psalms. When the wicked prosper, they become more bold in rebellion, as we see now. And this devil is becoming more and more emboldened in his rebellion through his left hand, his technology. You know, she's literally bragging about what they'll be able to do to a person, all right, through this AI technology, and also that chip, okay? Because the wearables, right, as it said, what it say, it will be possible. It says furthermore, she explains that with wearable devices, it will be possible to read our brain activity directly. See, they're gonna know everything, right? It says, Salah, to cause to pause and consider the danger of the wicked success, the necessity of divine intervention, the certainty that the Most High must stop wicked plans early, and the Lord's going to do that. Okay, He's not going to cause this new world order to come to pass, because right when they think they got it, as it tells you in Job, let me get it. All right, he's going to be pierced through with the sword. Right? Job 21. And we'll go back to the video. I just want to get this real quick. Job 21 and Job 20, not Job 21. All right, this is Job 20 and verse 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. So right when he thinks he has it, he's gonna be led to destruction. All right. So like I said, we're at the climax, the peak of it now. Okay. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he should be in straits. Every hand of the wicked should come upon him when he is about to fill his belly. Right. Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and it shall rain upon him while he is eating. See? So right when he's about to fill his belly, right when he thinks he has it fulfilled, he's going to get destroyed. He should flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. See? So we're very close, man. All right? Let's go back to that first video. I just want to make that point, man. It's all about him exalting himself as the Most High. And as we saw here, all right, the brain-computer interfaces will detach you from your connection to the Most High and your free will, because now you're going to belong to the devil at that point. You're going to belong to the beast. Okay?
Recently, I was asked to be the chief advisor on a committee related to the brain-computer interface and its relation to the international standards for technology. That basically is they're a group of countries all over the world, and they all have committees that represent their country. Those committees determine what the standards are going to be for technology when it's commercialized and goes all over the world. Like, for instance, the phone or a toaster or whatever, it's got to meet certain safety standards and all this type of stuff. These committees are determining public policy about what's going to happen when you interface the brain, the computer, AI, and quantum. That's going to end everything. Period. It's the end. It's the initiation of the decapitation of our relationship to God will become cybernetic, will become, instead of carbon, will be silicon-based life forms, cybernetics, and they're going to do this via voluntary compliance. Most people will walk right into it, not even knowing they're doing it or want to do it, because there's portions of the population all over the world, in the younger generations, that feel that humanity has no hope at all, and they're going to fuse with this technology already. So the brain-computer interface, it's tied in to everything. All our warfare systems, all our banking systems, all our health systems, all in the ways we do commerce and move about in culture. This is the extinction level event, because you no longer are an organic free will human being. You're now fused, tied into the cloud. And there's a documentary film crew that's recently contacted me, and I've talked to many people behind the scenes now. I've not been really public, not as much as I used to be, because I've always been in the solution-orientated thing. Don't tell an audience just a problem without telling them a solution. So I don't want to come here and say, okay, we're at the end of civilization, and that's it, bye, have a nice day, rather than inform your audience, inform the people that will see this either live or taped or a year from now or 6 months from now, that this is the point where you can no longer be a spectator, period. Because everything that's in the news today, when this will be aired, is not relevant at all. It's all misdirection. And I say it's not relevant at all, not because it's not important, because it is important. But the behind the scenes, the powers that be want everybody distracted with the Epstein and the war and Gaza and Africa and all this stuff.
Yeah, so we've done lessons before on how, pretty much, your spirit. This man has the power to cut your spirit off, man. Your connection from the Most High, right? That's why Revelation is written here. Doom for worshippers of the beast. Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So that's why, at that point, you've been completely removed. Your connection has been completely severed from the Most High. Right now, your spirit belongs unto the devil, unto the beast. Now, man, this is why those who submit, that tie into that brain computer interface, they're done. This is the severity behind, again, of taking the MOTB. This is what we've been telling you. All right. So, hey, there's no other way to put it, man. Okay, the war is at the doorstep, man. Are you prepared for this spiritual war? It's getting ready to go down, man. Okay, we're going to have to stand on our faith in that time. Okay? So how much more plain can this be made, man? Shalom.